lot more comfortable talking in front of you guys now that I just met half of you out to Dancing with Sexy Boy. So, I'm Jeff. I am the best brother. I want to thank everyone for coming. I know we've all traveled quite a while to get here, and if anybody's beat me on coming from the West Coast, please let me know. Your prize is 20 burpees instructed by the bride and groom. I want to say thank you to Darcel. Darcel, you look amazing today. Thank you. Darcel, I know how much work you put into this. We all very, very much appreciate it, and we couldn't be happier to be here sharing this special day with you. Thank you to Darcel's family for your contributions and for being here. You all have been so kind to me and my family, and it's amazing seeing us all together here. And Darcel's family, I knew we were destined to be family because you guys all like my Jell-O shots, so. Thank you to Brandon, who, for all the hard work you've done towards this. Brandon buys our Christmas presents in February, so I can only imagine how much planning you've done for this. Marzella, Daryl, Cindy, Rick, we're all very lucky for you guys getting these two to where they are today. Thank you. For those of you that don't know, and as a reminder of those of you that do, growing up, Brandon and I were polar opposites. He was driven and motivated, I was good looking. Brandon was intelligent and the top of his class. I was, and still am, incredibly good looking. Brandon and I were inseparable as younger kids. I could never forget all the camaraderie, competition we always had, football every Thanksgiving, swimming lessons in Pittsburgh, Tabor camp, acting out the TV show Ren and Stimpy, trying to compete with Brandon in Jeopardy, which I actually think is impossible. But countless memories, Brandon. There is one big one I'm missing though. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Brandon loves wrestling. Yes, that dates back to 30 years ago, guys. And I think he's more obsessed with it now than he was then, which I thought was supposed to be the other way around, but that's okay, Brand. As the younger brother, I got the pleasure of Brandon practicing all of those wrestling moves on me. Yep. His favorite wrestler was Mick Foley, and guess what his favorite move was? He would take his sock, put it on his hand, and put it in his opponent's mouth. Yes. So I had the pleasure of tasting a lot of Brandon's socks. Mom, thank you. You were a great referee. It's not that easy being the younger brother. I cope by throwing temper tantrums. My mom even brought me to a doctor once, and I'll never forget this. His expensive, educated advice was, Jeff, when you get angry, just count to 10. Now, family, I don't know who thought it was a good idea to tell this to Brandon, but anytime I started to get mad as a little kid, Brandon would run over. Jeff, 1, 2, 3, and I would snap. Must be fun to be the older brother sometimes. So, I was trying to figure out a way, especially with a couple of teachers, how to smoothly work a couple of Brandon's quirks into the speech, but I just couldn't come up with a transition because quite frankly they were a little weird, so I'm just gonna list a couple off. Did you guys know Brandon wipes his Dorito hands on his socks? How about when he eats a cherry from Martini, he puts the stem back into his drink and not onto a napkin? Just think about that for a second, it's really weird. Brandon can vomit on command. Or, if you'd like to see him vomit involuntarily, please see us at 1 a.m.
You're funny!
Thank you. Brandon started and has been the commissioner of a big group of fantasy sports leagues for 12 years, yet he has never won any of them. The only reason his name is on the trophy is because he named it himself. But Brandon, I'm sure it's these little things that Darcel loves. Now, I say it's not that easy being the younger brother, but that's only when you're little. Once I grew up, it became very obvious the value of my older brother. In fact, I wouldn't be in where I am today without Brandon. It was December 31st, 2003. College applications were due. I was in high school. I wanted to go party. I don't know why, I didn't care. But Brandon was on college break, locked me in a room, and made me apply to 7 colleges. Side note, Brandon ended up filling everything out himself, and I threw a temper tantrum. And boy, did I make the right decision to go to college in Boston. Brandon would wait after school at Madison for me to come by from Northeastern, walk over, and he would tutor me in all my classes. Additionally, every single paper I submitted in college, Brandon edited and sent back to me. And trust me, he'd ask me, hey, when's the paper due? At 10 p.m. I'd be like, 8 a.m. next day? Nonetheless, Brandon, 3 pages to 25 pages, got me every single paper through college edited back to me. Thank you. Brandon has looked out for me every step of my life. He really embodies every sense of the word older brother. It's hard to put words on it. He taught me morals and lessons my whole life, even if I didn't know it. When I was in high school, he bought me tickets to a Red Sox game, and the game wasn't until 6 months from my birthday. And he said to me, part of this present is you have to hang on to these tickets and not lose them. Yeah, he knew me real well. I remember you at my last high school football game, both my graduations. You come visit me at Longhorn regularly. I know how much you dedicated to being a perfect brother to me. I brag about you to everybody every chance I get. Your intelligence level is beyond anything I've ever seen. You know so much about everything. You're my favorite person to get advice from. I've always looked up to you, Brandon, and I'm always going to be your biggest fan. I love you, bro. One of the most amazing things to me is Brandon found somebody that lives these exact same qualities, Darcel. Let me say it again, you look amazing, Darcel. Let's give him a hand. When I talk about how well Brandon has his act together, damn, Darcel, I think you might have him beat. I don't know if you've seen her social media, but she works out more in a week than most of us do in a month. And I think she even worked out this morning, right? Okay. Darcel, you've always been the most considerate and respectful person to me and my family. I think it took you 5 years to finally start messing with me. Marzella, wherever you are, don't worry. It's only because I mess with her so much. Something I have such a vivid memory of is about 4 years ago, I stayed with Brandon and Darcel in their Mission Hills apartment for a couple weeks. On one of those 14 days, I was scheduled a morning shift, and they made a nice room for me, and I was trying to be respectful, so I'd get ready in the room and try to dart out the door. And I did that one morning, and Darcel was like, wait, eat your breakfast first. And I look over, and Darcel made me breakfast, and back then, a healthy meal was rare to me. So this was an epic breakfast. She made me eggs, turkey bacon, half a grapefruit, a whole wheat waffle, and you had honey instead of syrup for the waffle. I remember it like it was yesterday. But this just speaks so much to Darcel's character. You are so selfless, driven by great morals, hardworking, considerate, and destined to help people every day of your life. You guys are a perfect match, and seriously, you're gonna have some lucky kids. Speaking of healthy food, hey Brandon, haven't you lost some weight? Darcel, damn, nice job. And you know, I'm really happy you got him into a sports scene that has come without any bumps or bruises. Every time I tried that with football, he ended up breaking a bone. Funny thing was, both his major injuries I was there for playing with him. During the most recent one, his arm injury, he's got a couple plates in his arm right now. He ran for it on 4th down and got knocked down right at the 1st down marker. I knew something was up right away, he didn't get up. I ran over to him, go up to him, and he looks up at me, he's like, and hold on. His bone was popping out of his skin. Let me preface it with that. Run over to him, he looks at me, he's like, did I get the 1st down? And now, geez, your bone was exposed. So I was like, yeah, bro, you got the 1st down. However, I think enough years have passed. Brandon, I'm sorry, man, you didn't get that 1st down. But, Brandon, you know what you did get? is a touchdown with Darcel. Just as you changed his life, Darcel, I'm so happy to know, just like me, he's gonna change yours as well. I love you both. Welcome to the family, everybody, to the happy couple.